This Jackson Area League of Women Voters orientation module will discuss the history of the National and Local League of Women Voters from 1944 to the present. After World War II, the League carried out a nationwide public support campaign at the request of President Franklin Roosevelt to establish the United Nations and to ensure U.S. participation. Following the campaign, President Harry Truman invited the League to serve as a consultant to the U.S. delegation at the United Nations Charter Conference, one of the first organizations officially recognized by the UN as a non-governmental organization. The League still maintains official observer status today. As the League became more active in issue advocacy, the need arose for a separate organizational arm for activities like voter registration and information. The League of Women Voters Education Fund was established to encourage the active and informed participation of citizens in government and to increase understanding of major public policy. Previously denied the right to vote after the 19th Amendment through poll taxes, literacy tests, and various other obstacles, Black American women were guaranteed the right to vote with the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that prohibited discrimination at the polls, 45 years after the 19th Amendment was established. To learn more about the Black experience in voting, click the link in the video description. In 1972, shortly after congressional passage of the Equal Rights Amendment, the League of Women Voters voted officially to support equal rights for all, regardless of sex. The League followed this vote with a nationwide pressure campaign that continued through the 1970s. The national campaign ended in 1982, but the League of Women Voters continues to push for ERA ratification today. The League sponsored the first televised presidential debate since 1960, for which we received an Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in Broadcast Journalism in 1976. The League sponsored televised general election presidential debates in 1980 and 1984, as well as presidential primary forums in 1980, 1984, and 1988. The debates focused on nonpartisan issues with the main goal of informing voters. As candidates demanded increasingly partisan conditions, however, the League withdrew its sponsorship of general election debates in 1988. Leagues around the country continue to hold debates and forums for local and state offices today. The League's grassroots campaign for national legislation to reform voter registration resulted in passage of the National Voter Registration Act, also known as the Motor Voter Bill. The goal is to increase accessibility to the electoral process. The Motor Voter Bill enabled citizens to register at motor vehicle agencies automatically, as well as by mail and at agencies that service the public. When the 2000 election exposed the many problems facing the election system, the League began to work on election reform. Working closely with the Civil Rights Coalition, the League of Women Voters helped draft and pass the Help America Vote Act, which established provisional balloting, requirements for updating voting systems, and the Election Assistance Commission. The League provided a dedicated website for voter information as early as the 1990s. In 2006, the League launched the next generation of online voter education with Vote411.org, a one-stop shop for election-related information. Today, Vote411 provides both general and state-specific nonpartisan resources to the voting public, including a nationwide polling place locator, a ballot lookup tool, candidate positions on issues, and more. Though Jackson was always active with the League of Women Voters, the local league was reborn in 2015 under the supervision and support of the Lansing League. In 2017, the Jackson League was officially recognized by the National League of Women Voters as an independent league. In June 2019, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that partisan gerrymandering cannot be solved by the federal courts. In response, the League initiated People-Powered Fair Maps, a coordinated effort across all 50 states and D.C. to create fair and transparent people-powered redistricting processes to eliminate partisan and racial gerrymandering nationwide. February 14, 2020 marks 100 years that the League of Women Voters has empowered voters and defended democracy. Over the last century, we've fought for election protection, democratic reforms, and equal access to the ballot. all while maintaining our commitment to nonpartisanship and fostering an informed electorate. As we look into our next 100 years, we aim to build power for the next generation of women leaders and voting rights activists. That's why we're celebrating our 100-year milestone with a nationwide coordinated day of action called Women Power the Vote. The League of Women Voters has evolved from a mighty political experiment designed to help 20 million newly enfranchised women vote in 1920 to what is today a unique, nonpartisan organization that is a recognized force in molding political leaders, shaping public policy, and promoting informed citizen participation at all levels of government. Thank you for watching this training module from the Jackson Area League of Women Voters. Be sure to continue watching future modules to learn how you can become involved in the Jackson Area League of Women Voters.